going back to school. Bax the other day came home and I said, "Who'd you play with at kinder?" He said, "No one."
Yeah.
But he was as happy
and
as
do?
Larry.
Nothing.
Yeah. And I said, "Did you play with?" I'm not going to say this little boy's name because I wanted to fucking kill him after I heard he wouldn't play with him. But I said, "Did you play with da-da-da?" And he said, "No." He said he didn't want to play with me today, same as your little girl. And I said, "Oh, okay." And I looked at Sam and I nearly started to cry.
Oh no!
I literally felt my heart break, and I was like, "Why don't you're the coolest kid ever?
Who wouldn't want to play with you?"
And I'm just like, this is the start.
It's the start.
Because I went through that at school too. Like I remember at primary school going up to girls, your friends, and going, "Can I play with you today?" You just have to make sure you
can I bag
play.
you? Like,
yes.
just to be clear, we're going to play later, and I'm going to sit with you. But it's true. I remember being in grade 8. Like grade 8, you think, I don't know. I used to associate that kind of you can't sit with us and you can't play with us being primary school. But I remember being in grade 8, and the girls that I'd been sitting with just randomly said, you know, I came out at recess or whatever, and I went up to them to, you know, like I would normally to go sit there, and they were like, "So we've discussed." You know, they do that thing there. Yeah. And we just think there's too many in the group. You can't sit with us anymore.
Wow.
And I remember at the time just the tears springing to my eyes, and I went to the sick bay and pretended to be sick so Mum would come and get me.
Yeah.
And this is where I go, this is where I want to be around, so that when sick bay call me and say one of your kids is sick and I pick them up and find out, well, you're not sick, you've just been bullied or you've just been kicked out of your group, that I can be there. Because I remember going home and I just thought, once I get home, everything will be okay, because you know, I've got my brothers and sisters in my corner and Mum and Dad, and everything will be okay.
Yeah.
And I think that also, you know, coming back to our chat about family, was I think that's probably what made us close as well, is that we kind of always felt, because we had safety in numbers, and we had each other's back, it kind of almost didn't matter what that girl said or what that boy did. And it was like, once I get home,
you had your tribe there anyway.
I had my tribe. I had my people, and there was safety in numbers, and I wasn't alone.
Yes.
So maybe that was also what contributed to us being a close family.
Yeah.
But, you know, I it's funny the memories that you have, and that sticks out in my mind, that day being told I couldn't sit with those girls anymore.
Yeah, which is for it would just literally be one girl just deciding that day she didn't like you, you know, and then the whole group follows. Yeah,
because no one wants to stand up and be different and be the one that says, hang on, that's a bit mean. And then I remember the next day at school, I went back after a good pep talk from Mum, and I went up to some of the girls I went to primary school with.
Right.
And just said, they said I couldn't sit, and they were like, "Oh, don't worry, come and sit with us." And I remember thinking, why did I leave you guys? Like, why did I come to school and think I was better than you, or think, oh, I think I'm done with you now, I'm going to go sit with these cool kids over here, because the cool girls just did me over. Yeah. And now you've just welcomed me back with open arms without asking any questions. And, you know, so that was a bit of a life lesson as well, about keeping in with everyone and being nice to everyone.
Yeah.
And, you know,
because when you're a kid though, you just want to be in the cool group. You know, you do.
You want to be accepted.
Yeah.
And part of that comes with, you know, who's doing what, and, you know, they're perceived to be the ones that everyone likes, so I want to be in that group.
Yeah, I know.
You just, sometimes I go, there's a lot to be said for homeschooling, where your kids don't have to navigate the bullying.
No, just put them in you just want to protect them, don't you? But then you go, it kind of, it does kind of mould you, you know what I mean? Yeah. Makes your skin a bit thicker, and you also go, I don't want to be that asshole, or, you know? Yeah, definitely. But I'm nervous for my boys, but I also kind of think, I've got boys, maybe I'll get through that schooling a bit easier. Yeah, but then, I mean, you'll come up against different issues with boys, you know, and them kind of coming into their body and, you know, just, it's a different... Wanky. Sexy stuff.